Welcome to Conversations with Kay and Twitter Tea. Yep, there's more Twitter tea already. Because the internet never sleeps, and neither do some people. I didn't think we'd have Twitter tea again this soon, but here we go. This one isn't a very long one, but it's kind of, we got to keep up. By tomorrow there could be 50. Who knows? It changes within minutes. I'm telling you, if I post this video, everybody will start tweeting again, and then I'll be behind again. So pay attention to this tweet that Katie did right before she locked down her Twitter account. Because I think this was a preemptive strike. Her saying there's a fake account pretending to be her, somebody lying and posting as her. In my opinion, and yes, this video is just my opinions and should not be construed as facts. This was more of a preemptive strike, like maybe if something were to happen, she could just say it wasn't her account, it was somebody spoofing her. I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there, right? So then Michael Saltz posts today and says, I'm blocked. She is not supposed to be able to see my tweets, and I don't see hers. I was sent screenshots of actionable accusations, remember that, being made against me, to which I am legally authorized to publicly respond to mitigate potential harm. No direct communication to her exists. And here's some of the comments. So actionable, I had to look it up. It means if somebody says you did something that you didn't do, you can take action against them. Katie, you're your own worst enemy. We've all been saying it for a year. Why do you tempt people to sue you? It's like you're taunting them again. It's like you're saying, please sue me. I don't get it. I thought all the stress of this last lawsuit would have taught her a lesson, but apparently it taught her nothing. Nothing. And this I threw in because I thought it was interesting. I don't know if some of you know that her and Zag kind of got into it a couple weeks ago. Zag was not liking those comments and posts Katie made about people in wheelchairs having children. And rightfully so. So they kind of got into it. It was the only time I've seen Zag take issue with Katie. So Katie no longer follows Zag. I wonder if Zag knows that. Yet here's Zag still sticking up with Katie, still going after Emily. It make sense. So then y'all might remember this tweet a while back. I think it was around the 21st, where Katie says her advice to people was to get this physical key so nobody can hack you. And that this has just been a godsend to her. Well, no, we won't say that because she's atheist. But anyway, she said it stopped everybody from hacking her accounts. So today, Michael Saltz posts, something doesn't add up. If this is real, it doesn't show Instagram. It shows Instagram DMs were hacked and not from Nat's side. But how is that technically possible, given the tweet about extreme security measures taken a week prior? Wouldn't the hackers need the physical key? Because that's what Katie kept emphasizing in her tweet, was that it was a physical key so that people couldn't get it and hack your accounts. So here's a close-up of the alleged conversation between Katie and Nat. Now, I don't know if these are true. Who knows? I can't even get into all that because I don't know anything about any hacking or anything else. I just think it's interesting, given Katie's previous tweets. Yeah, nothing ever adds up. I think that's what makes people crazy. Nothing ever adds up. And then Saltz was talking to somebody about security keys are hackable, requires more knowledge than the average. More often they're cloned. Yes, my understanding is that you need access to the original key to clone it, just like a cell phone. See, none of this makes any sense to me. I don't know. It does seem odd, though. Things never seem to add up, do they? And then I thought this was interesting that Kat did an article on The Insider with Emily D. Baker talking about SA and why people don't go to the police, which, I've been following that, and people keep saying, why isn't James Charles in jail? And it's because nobody has actually gone to the police. So I think it's great they got together. I think it's awesome that Emily got to do an article with her. Kudos to both of you ladies. But y'all know, Katie's going crazy. She is not liking it. She is green with envy right now. You know it's just eating her up. Eating her up. Poor Katie. She just can't stand it when other women do well. And I don't know if some of you know, a few weeks ago, she made her Twitter, she changed the name on it to Kat's Biggest Fan or something silly, and left it up for a couple hours. And then I think people were making fun of her, so she finally took it down. So she admires Kat a lot. So you know that's got to hurt. She's not liking that. So then this is her last tweet for today. So far, it's early. I find it deeply disturbing that people care less about my experience and automatically paint me the villain when there has been such clear defamation perpetuated against me through defamatory declarations that were filed knowing they were lies by the people who wrote them. Once again, it's all about Katie all of the time. All the time about you, Katie. You can't make this stuff up. She's just never going to stop. It's just going to always be about her and her being a victim. And that's why you have to be like me and just laugh. Because now I don't laugh about the hacking stuff. But this stuff with Katie's tweets is you just got to laugh and not let it bother you because it just is what it is. And just not even let it bother you. I know I've seen a few people in the comments getting kind of wound up and saying it was affecting their day-to-day life again. And remember, I always say, don't let it do that. Don't let her live in your brain. Just take it with a grain of salt. Laugh about it. Who cares? But I will say this. I did read something today about Katie being in negotiations with Tati, and I don't believe it. I just don't. I know there's another anonymous source saying that Katie offered to hand over Swanson's head on a platter if Tati would agree to never sue her now or in the future. And supposedly Tati turned that offer down. This doesn't make sense to me because if this was true, Katie would be crazy to keep tweeting this stuff about the lawsuit, right? Then again, maybe she would do that. But if you were in negotiations, you shouldn't be talking about anything to do with the lawsuit. So I just tend not to believe any of this is true and there are no negotiations. Just my gut feeling. I could be wrong. I guess we'll find out. There sure seems to be like 2 separate anonymous sources, so who knows? Anyway, that's our Twitter tea for today. I hope you guys had a great Monday. Mine was so crazy. I am exhausted. But, yeah, it always makes me feel better when I get together with you guys. Even if we're not live, it makes my day a little better. So I hope you got a little giggle. I hope you have a wonderful night. And be sure to hug your family